fundamentals, the emotion, simplicity you guys played with tonight that allowed you to have success?
I just thought we played direct. We did a good job getting back with numbers. A couple of balances were, the difference in a game. Matthews hits a post there when it's 1-0. So definitely some areas we can continue to be better in.
Brad, to be playing with the lead so early off of Beecher's goal, how much did that take the pressure off of your guys?
It's always good to get that first one. They came out hard. They were playing physical, had a lot of momentum early. That definitely allowed us to kind of calm down and ease into the game. And then Sway made a couple of really big saves for us that calmed us down, and we just kind of rolled from there.
Brad, tonight you passed Bergeron for second most all-time Bruins points. Obviously, in your first postseason without Bergeron, what is that like? What have you learned from him to get to this point? Obviously, now as the captain.
I mean, I could speak forever what I learned from him. But the biggest thing is just commitment to being a good pro every single day, and the work ethic that it takes to play, as long as he did, and the importance of coming in and trying to be better every single day. Those are probably the biggest staples, and the expectation to perform at a high level all the time. So, I have a tremendous amount of respect and gratitude to play alongside a guy like that for a long period of time. So very fortunate.
Gentlemen, maybe both of you can answer this question. You've had a great deal of success so far this season against the Maple Leafs. Is there a secret to that, and how would you guys consider keeping it going?
I think we just won our battles. I think that's the biggest thing when it comes down to two teams that are so tight. Kind of like Marshy said, it's a game of balances. It's one of those things where they have so much high-end skill that doesn't take much for them to get going. And obviously, we like to play a defensive style, and we try to shut them down as best as we can. We know we can't stop them, but try to limit them, as you do with all great players, obviously. But in saying that, I think that those, matchups kind of go in swings. There's sometimes where, the other team has the edge on you, and then the playoffs start, and it's all, brand new. So we don't really look at that in the sense of that we understand they're going to come with the response and obviously try to split the series. So we got to just focus on ourselves and be ready for game 2.
Haggs, then Scott.
Both of you guys, what do you think about the changes to the power play units? What about that has allowed both units to have so much jump in production lately?
I think it just gives different looks. I think obviously we have a lot of talented players. It's one of those things where we're trying to have it so it's a 1A, 1B type of power play, which all teams want to do, but it's brought a lot of competitiveness in practice. Obviously, I played with Marshy down low before, so there's some familiarity, and obviously our line. I think for our unit, obviously it was probably a big talking point coming into the series, but it's one of those things where you just try to capitalize on any chance you can get. We had a really good kill to start that period off before those power plays, which I think set the tone. So it can go either way, which it usually does this time of year around, and that's usually how you end up winning, is by getting those slight edges in that sense, I guess.
Jake, for you, how good did it feel to kind of reset for the playoffs and then get started like this in game 1?
Yeah, obviously it was a focus. I was excited to get this going. It felt like we were in training camp with them out practice days, but I think that obviously I didn't like my season. It was pretty disappointing for myself. But at this point in time in the year, we have a chance to go for the ultimate goal, and that's all that really matters. And I think it's one of those things where obviously it went well tonight. It's exactly what I wanted to do in that sense. But playing against these guys before, I know it's going to be a long series, and that you got to keep that going. Obviously, can't keep but can't keep production going the same way. But I think it's just a matter of playing the right way, and obviously reading off Marshy and Cece, and definitely nice to capitalize, get the confidence up. But this time of year is all about staying even keel, to be honest with you.
Jake, what goals did you set for yourself coming into this postseason?
To win.
About your game in particular.
I just wanted to play, a fast, hard forechecking style. I think that I didn't put numbers or anything on it. Obviously, I think the biggest thing that we talk about, even in the room, as you say, is we stay in the moment. So I didn't actually set any goals. I just wanted to help the team any way I can, and That's kind of what I try to do anyways, but this time of year everything gets amplified.
Brad, what has Pat Maroon added to not just the team, but in the locker room as well as a voice, as a leader, winning 3 cups?
Yeah, he has a ton of experience, which you can draw from, and he's very comfortable and confident talking in any situation. Obviously, his physical game on the ice, and I don't think people give him the acknowledgement of his skill as well, especially down low in the offensive zone, but made a great play on that first goal tonight. So, he understands the importance of the little plays in the game that can make a difference of the outcome. And he harps on that, and he's keeps guys accountable. And it's not an easy thing to do for a guy to come in at a deadline and act like that and have that confidence in a room, but because of experience, he does, and it makes a big difference.
Chris?
One for each. Jake, it seems like your production and productivity increases in the playoffs. What about the playoffs kind of brings that out in you, and do you kind of agree that your game generally rises?
I think that everybody's game rises, obviously. It's a different level of intensity, different level of battle and compete. And I think it gets harder as it goes along. Obviously we had that run in 2019. So, you kind of take your experiences from that, I guess, and try to apply them and stay even keel. There's going to be highs and lows, but it's all about the next game and the next shift. You just got to stay in the moment. I think that's the biggest thing, no matter if production's there or not, to be honest with you.
And Brad, how do you feel you did against their skilled players tonight? The Matthews line in particular, and also the depth, the quote-unquote bottom 6 forwards, which you got from your bottom 6.
Yeah, I thought we have good depth, and they competed hard. I love Johnny Beach's game tonight. Patty was very physical. Boquist made an awesome play on that first goal. And then you look at Freddie, Geeks, and Laux and their intensity and how physical they were. They all played great tonight, and Laux' effort there and 5 seconds left and blocking that shot, he doesn't need to do that. It's 5-1 at that point. But it shows the dedication to the game and the details. So I loved all of their effort. In regards to their other team, they had opportunities. I still think we can do a better job in areas. They had a really good push in the third, which we should have done a better job kind of controlling. We didn't start well enough, and even though we're kind of in control of a game there, we need to continue to push there. So definitely some areas we can continue to be better at. It's one game; it doesn't mean anything. So we gotta reset, like JD said, and focus on those things we can be better at.
Last one. Jake, Beecher said he blacked out after his goal. How were your 2 goals for you emotionally? How did you react?
I was excited, obviously. I don't know if I blacked out, but the first one's always nice when you hear the post and then the crowd. I didn't know if it was in, but obviously just from the reaction. And the second was a great play by him. So, I think that obviously it gives you a boost. I think any goal in the playoffs gives you a boost, honestly.